Welcome to Celeritas Division 1 night. Thank you for joining us on the stream as usual. My name's Webbo, and your regular Division 1 commentary team will be in action tonight. We've got Branch here with us from the States. Hi, Branch.
Yep, it's me. I'm Branch.
Branch, you were racing last night. Any sort of reflections from that experience, or what are you
Uh,
expecting to happen tonight?
well, at least I was really surprised that there wasn't any major incidents in the race yesterday.
Mm,
Um, I kind of expect something like that to happen at this track because Hungary is it's one of those tracks where there's really only one place to overtake, and it's down the front stretch.
yeah.
And I think it's not unlikely to expect it at least once for someone to try a little bit too hard to try and pass when it's not the front stretch, and that can generally lead to some pretty bad incidents. So I would maybe expect to see something like that in Division One with more aggressive drivers. Um, but in
Definitely.
general, this track is pretty fun. It demands your attention, demands a lot of downforce as well. So
Hmm.
we'll see who has their setup ready.
Yeah, yeah. There's been a lot of practice gone into this. I'm fairly sure, um, and we actually have a couple of drivers here who raced last night, I believe, and we've got some debutants as well. I'll take us through those in just a few short minutes, but just to remind you about last week. We've had a run of pretty small finishing Parc Fermé members who actually saw the checkered flag. It's in Division 1. Lots of incidents, lots of chatter after the race, and incidents to report and everything. But Prime found a way to win, even though he wasn't necessarily fastest on the track last week. Prime switched, either didn't engage prime time very early, or didn't engage prime time at all, but he still found a way to win, with incidents occurring to other drivers all through the race. So
You know what I think?
go
I
ahead.
think that Prime has an extra button on his wheel. That's just the prime time button.
Yeah,
He charges it up like ERS during the race, and then he used it at the end and won.
I
I think
wasn't
that's what
sure
happened.
if it was like an energy drink he took, or
Yeah.
a particular candy bar that he favours to eat at a certain time during the race time. But something
It's
happens
something.
to Prime.
Something for sure.
Yeah, I've had people calling cheats and hacks and all sorts, but he's just very good, and it just makes it all the sweeter for drivers when they finally do beat him. I'm sure, tremendously
Absolutely.
satisfying.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, Prime is far and away at the head of the championship. I'll be surprised if he's not virtually won it by the next couple of races. Um, So we'll check in and check out the championship standings shortly. But we've got lots of people arriving already, to say hey to on the stream. Lots of Will's fan club. We're about to get started actually. But yeah, Will's fan club have arrived already. Um, Jamie was managing to write in the YouTube chat yesterday during the race, but he did have a fairly incident pack race. So hi to Jake, hi to Nigel in the chat. Nice to see you all here. Keep the banter going, keep it friendly, and we'll have a good evening ahead of us.
All
Strategy-wise,
right.
Branch, were you fairly happy last night?
Actually, no. I did mess up my strategy pretty badly. Actually,
Right.
I expected it to stop, and then most people did a one stop.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I,
Absolutely.
I really, I didn't think that the one stop at this track would be favorable enough because the soft tires were so bad that the hard tires had to go for a really long time.
Mhm.
But I think what I didn't also account for was the fact that there were a few people that started on mediums that did medium hard, which is a much easier strategy.
Absolutely. Yeah. It, it it certainly caught a few people by surprise last night. I know Cohen gave up the lead sticking to a 2-stop. But many one-stopping hard tyre drivers were really stuck at the end on 70+% wear on their tyres. So you've got to know what you're doing to run a one-stop, I think.
Yeah, for sure. Although I will say that at least in Division 1 you could expect maybe some of that from these guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, welcome to Celeritas, to Reese Rain there on the tower, and to Wong Fei. I'm going for as his name. Yeah. So welcome to them. They're debuting reserve drivers, and if you join the Celeritas Discord and League, you can often find a division race that you can reserve in. Or there's actually plenty of activity in practice races, time trial comparisons. So definitely a good time to join the league, even if you're not going to participate in the championship until the following season, which is going to start probably 6 or 7 weeks' time, I imagine. We've got Justin first up. We are, yeah, and I think we'll be adjusting who's in what league down to race pace and speed and other factors. Possibly to do with penalties and things as well. It looks like Justin, he was first out of the pits, but one of the Williamses has got past him. But we'll see. We'll see who gets going first. I think maybe Jamie made an overtake there to try and get the first uninterrupted lap. But we'll join Justin, and maybe Branch, you can take us through the first flying lap.
Yeah, this first turn is a hairpin, but it's a really interesting one because you really do got to get on the throttle early. Both the inside and the exit they're very dangerous. You have to be careful on the throttle. This is a very interesting turn as well. Hard braking, but it's kind of a trail braking sort of corner. Down to the third gear, flat out right-hander down, and it's fairly long straight towards a really hard left flip. You really have to just be so careful with that. The no-touch for hairpin. Ooh, this very interesting chicane. You got to get it right, but when you do get it right, it's pretty satisfying. Onto a bit of an S section here, one of my favorite sections in an F1 track in general. And he looks like he invalidates there.
Yeah, he does invalidate, yeah. So he's going to get out of the way of other drivers, I imagine. Storm has been busy racing this weekend. I know he was racing after commentating last night. So he'll definitely have his eye in.
Yikes.
Oh dear, sorry Storm. You can put that one right on me, I think. After saying you would have your eye in. Jamie gets a 14.9, and that's our first flying lap. So I didn't get it on screen sadly, but yeah, first flying lap, 14.9 from Jamie. I think he's calling out a 14.1. We'll see.
We got a 14.7 from Cohen in the Ferrari.
Yeah, and One Blood gets the pole provisionally. Wong Fei 14.9, discreet 28.0. But David has gone in fastest as well there, look, in the other Williams. So we've got FedEx runners put a time in, but it's not very competitive at this point. So David, One Blood and Cohen. Cohen was racing last night as well, so he'll know what he's doing tonight. No excuses. Prime calling out Pricey for possibly watching Chelsea instead of taking part tonight, which is probably a pretty safe bet. At least he's choosing one of those things to do at a time and not both.
Yeah, at least he's not trying to do both at the same time. We've learned that lesson, I think.
I hope so.
He just spun out. He put a 116 in. He was going for another flying lap, I think, and
right.
Spun it out with the chicane.
Just joined Justin, who gets P4 right now, 14.8. But yeah, an early mistake from Prime, was it?
Yeah. It's pretty uncharacteristic of him to make a mistake like that.
Yeah.
Really don't ever see him doing stuff like that in qualifying. He's very strong for the most part in this session, so we'll expect him to be a little bit higher.
Well, we'll join Will, but Will's just on an outlap, which so the invalidation probably won't matter. But for the sake of his fan club, we'll join Will for a flying lap. And I know he's your teammate across divisions as well, Branch.
Yeah, he's had a bit of a struggle this season, but he's still got the Barney army behind him, so
absolutely. He's just getting the tyres up to operational temperatures and condition. Get a nice wide line out of the final corner to get maximum traction. And we'll follow along.
Yeah, that is a great good thing to do if you want to get a good amount of speed down this straight.
So nice and smooth at the start there, yeah. Go ahead, Branch.
He's keeping it really tidy right now. You don't necessarily need to keep it too close on that left-hander towards the curve. In fact, that curve is dangerous as well, so it's not a bad idea to stay away from it. He's got it going pretty well right now. That is a quick. He went through that left-hander quick, and he's not sloppy with it. It's like a pretty good lap from the Ferrari.
Just brushing those chicane sausage bumps in the middle. It looks quite nice. Yeah, good line.
You can take a little bit of those sausage curves, as long as you don't take too much of them. He took just about the right amount.
That car have affected him much there?
I don't. He may have seen it and tried to slow down, but I think they got out of the way in time. Generally, at least for me, if there's a car in my way, I try and stick to my racing line as well. Just off on a flying lap.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll do the same thing here. It looks like he's got pretty good.
Oh, excellent stuff. Yeah. Pole position from Will. I don't know if anyone's hearing this on the stream, Branch, but occasionally I'm getting a bit of cutout with your voice. So apologies if that is coming through to the rest of the team. Apparently Will should be serving a quali ban, so Dudsy's not particularly happy about that. Dudsy, our steward, so Will shouldn't really be getting that pole position. So I don't know if there is a particular penalty system for not taking a penalty ban, a quali ban, but yeah.
I've seen that before.
No.
Boss is on a lap. Oh, we almost lost it. I don't know if he's gonna stick it with it this time. Yeah, it looks like he will actually.
Lankavas has had a dramatic last few races with Celeritas, so sure be hoping for a smoother ride tonight as he crosses the line for a P4. But you say there's probably some more time to be found there. He didn't maximise.
Oh yeah, that's sector 3. He came out of turn 12, I believe it was what it was. He came out really turn 13 again, did the same thing.
Yeah.
So he could be on for pole.
Well, Lightning's on a hot lap and usually has pretty good speed. So we'll follow along with Lightning. He's got a teammate ahead of him in the Alfa Romeo.
He's got mediums on right now, but I wouldn't expect him to be any slower. He can still get a pretty good qualifying time in the medium. He's just
interesting.
Trying to get ice cream up. Or he might be trying to qualify fully on these mediums, because starting in the top 10 on mediums would be an extreme advantage. Oh, he just invalidates right there at the end.
Yeah, absolutely. And spectacularly goes wrong there, yeah. Well, we'll follow his teammate. While I did notice Jamie retired from the session, I don't know if that's a disconnection, because he's certainly talking as if he can get a better lap time than he has achieved so far. So I wouldn't say he's satisfied. As I've just noticed, Branch, we've got Prime in P1 at 113.7.
Yep. Oh my goodness.
So that's quick. That's a lot quicker than we saw yesterday as well. So, whoa, dear me. Weights he came upon, I think, either Cohen or Will in the middle of the track out of turn 2. that would have given him a sharp intake of breath. So, but he did exactly what you suggested, and he just kept his foot in and flat to the floor, and forget any kind of consequences if the driver doesn't happen to move out of the way. But yeah, I don't know if how much that cost him. Still on a flyer.
Yeah.
Still valid.
He's purple right now.
Purple middle sector. That's probably relative to himself because he hasn't yet set a time.
Oh, yeah.
So
I forget what the game does.
Yeah. Jamie apparently smashed into the wall. So I would say true to form. Quick and then down. But there's Waitsy, P3. So it got a good lap together there. And thankfully that incident with the Ferrari on the track didn't affect him too desperately. Haven't seen anything from Dawidek yet. Dawidek, some of our very fastest time trial times. Here he is on the mediums, so feeling pretty confident. Good idea to get a good, quick, safe banker in Branch in this qualifying session because traffic is such a difficulty.
Traffic is such a problem with this place. So many tight corners. And if you're not paying attention, you can easily catch someone out.
Yeah.
So, you really need to get good laps from what he's looking at.
Dawidek looks like he's got good. He's got some good lines here. Tiny little bit of lockup, into turn 13. Don't feel like it cost him a lot of time. Super short shift up to 5th in the middle of the final corner. 14.1, that's a good lap time, especially on those mediums, Branch.
Yeah,
he's got some speed. Wow. Just seemingly lost Branch for a second there.
Sorry about that.
No problem.
We're good.
Reese has managed to invalidate Sadly, so he will probably only get one more chance, possibly back to back. But as a spectator of qualifying in real life this afternoon, it absolutely just beggars belief that they go to a track where traffic is awful and then all hit the track at the same time, and you get just farcical ceremonies of drivers getting in each other's way, and it's just so frustrating.
It's funny because, like, obviously the idea is they're going out late because the best time to go out on the track is when it's evolved the most, which is at the very end of the session.
Yeah.
However, if you're sending your driver out with 17 other cars next to him, you're not getting anything out of that.
Yeah, no, track evolution, it be damned, it's not going to do anything for you. Waitsy calling out 2 drivers on his fast lap, resetting to track. So that's really dramatic, and hopefully he'll be able to pick that up on his footage, because we saw a Ferrari stopped in the middle of the track, but I didn't see any resets. Lankabas P4 a 114.3, so made a nice big improvement for the Racing Point team there.
Saw lightning going through the no spin hairpin, and he's fun. The spin hairpin.
Yeah.
So he's still without a lap.
He is without a lap. Does he decide to go on through? No, he's got time to come in for a fresh set of tyres. So it's high pressure on Lightning to come. The only car driving around right now, I think, is Snarf that I'm with, but Snarf loses it in traction out of the chicane. Just as you called, Branch, that is really catching our drivers out tonight.
Yeah, that chicane can really be a danger to you if you're not careful with the sausage curve. If you dive in too early, you hit that first one, and then you almost can't even avoid the second one.
Yeah.
And if you go out too wide, you have to slow down too much to avoid the second one. So you really have to be perfect with that hairpin. Once you get it right, you really gain a lot of time.
So same deal for Snarf and Discreet. Discreet was racing last night too. So no laps set by our bottom 2 drivers. If Discreet manages to link this one together, we'll get an idea of his first lap time. He's about to cross the line. I'll join one of the outlap drivers shortly. Some drivers leaving it very late. Discreet gets P6, a 14.5. So nice early lap from him. Nice early lap, yeah. Looks like, I guess, Davis had pace earlier on. He's on his out lap. I don't see anybody on their fast lap right now. Just wait, see.
Like he's waiting on a lot of out laps.
Yeah, I think Wong Fei is about to finish his, so we'll perhaps join him to start with and see how he gets on in sector 1, unless Justin might be slightly further down up the road. So Justin, we know, has got good pace.
Oh yeah, sorry. There we go.
No problem.
Yeah. Bit of a brain fart there, my bad.
No, Justin heads in, so we will join Wong Fei for his first screen lap with Celeritas. See how he hooks this together, and I'll keep an eye on Prime. Dawodex retired from the session, not going any faster, but he's qualified on those mediums. He's in a great position.
That is vital right there. He's gonna absolutely have the best strategy out of anyone here, really.
Yeah.
I would not. I'm not at all surprised that he retired there, even if he's not in first place. Easy to slip through there.
Wong Fei had a little bit of oversteer moment, but rescued it well.
Very good.
He was good through there, absolutely. So great to have him join the league at this stage, and obviously got some speed. See how he comes out. He's only wow. That was.
He's got people in his way.
Oh no, that's pretty awful. Yeah, that's not cool. Those drivers really could have done better to get out of his way. They were only on warm-up laps. Yeah.
I'm thinking he's probably he's gonna go ahead and turn around and go for another one. That is really unfortunate.
Yeah. Absolutely, but of course then your tyres are another lap old when you start the race, so not ideal. Prime is just coming through turn 2 to turn 3. Let's see how he gets on through sector 1. Stay with drivers as long as they're under. Prime is slightly under his time, so looking to lower the bar even further. Waitsy goes P2 branch, so
wow, that would be good.
He's got some tremendous speed tonight. This is great showing from Waitsy. Prime just pulling the car into the corners on the engine braking here.
He's a massive deal here. He's only about a half tenth under his time right now, but
yeah. So possibly maximizing his speed. Little lockup. Still caught a very late apex through turn 13. Similarly through 14, nice and hard on the power. Gets the 13.6, lowers the time again, and probably here secures his pole position, I fancy, tonight. It looks like Lightning's going around pretty slowly. Will is running but invalidated.
Lightning, I didn't even realize those P3.
Excellent stuff from Lightning.
Entire session.
Yeah, I missed his lap because we were watching Prime, so apologies to Lightning for that. I'll tell you one person I'm slightly surprised at is FedEx Runner. He's had a really good run of form. Obviously, the Hungaroring not suiting his driving style. One blood's under his time, 3/10 under. So I wonder if he'll make a strong improvement. He could get himself up to P5 or 4 here. Probably P5 if he consolidates that. That's turn of speed. See, one blood out of the final turn, crosses the line, P5. So brilliant stuff, and I'm very grateful to him for backing up my fairly bold claim, I thought, mid-lap. But he's going to be the one to set our final fast lap, I think. So a great qualifying session. We're going to have a dry race. We had dry quali, so it's still a tricky track, high deck, low grip, narrow track, so all to play for, and we hope that the drivers can, more drivers can finish tonight than have finished previous Division 1 races.
I am noticing we are a bit we're a bit off in real life. We have a Mercedes 1920 and a Haas on pole. So.
And Red Bulls at the bottom of the field as well. Yeah.
Definitely tell this is not real life.
But yeah, Branch, if you wouldn't mind taking us through the starting order.
Alright, well we have Prime on pole, 4/10 ahead of second place Waitsy. Waitsy's teammate Lightning in the Alfa Romeo, starting P3 on the podium. Following him is Dowdek on the mediums. OneBlood, Will, Lenkovas, Discreet, David, and Wongfi round out the top 10. Following them, we have Cohen reserving in the Ferrari, Justin in the McLaren, Jamie reserving in the Williams, Reese making his debut starting 14th, FedEx runner, an unfortunate time for us, 15th, and then Storm as well, 16th. Gwyneth, Ivan, Schnarf, and BMW Oosterveer round out our grid.
Fantastic stuff. So some high paced drivers stuck at the back tonight. It's going to be really interesting. Predictions, please, in the chat. Who do you pick for a win? Prime has got the pole, so the pole sitter curse may strike Prime. He won't thank me for mentioning that, but it has been almost ubiquitous with with our Celeritas races. So look out for drama for Prime.
I see some clouds. Is it going to rain?
Well, the message I got from Lightning was a dry race, but it does look overcast. We do have dynamic weather on in Celeritas, so who knows, hey? Who knows?
Yeah.
It's interesting. There was someone in the chat, in the YouTube chat, called Ricey. Now I know that that's not Pricey unless he's got an alternate account. But yeah, people asking where Pricey is. Play. My son's a Chelsea supporter, so I know that they're playing tonight. That's as much as I can really comment on football. Our mutual dislike or ambivalence towards spherical ball games.
Yeah, at least. Well, I mean, I'm a baseball fan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's kind of a lumpy
baseball.
sphere, though, isn't it? A baseball.
It's a bit of a lumpy sphere. Yeah.
Very slow start from the grid. Struggling to get through turn 1 here. So back of the grid, as Branch mentioned, we've got those two Mercedes. Then we've got Red Bull, Racing Point Red Bull. Yeah, it's almost like a reverse grid, isn't it?
It really is.
I'm really interested to see what happens with FedEx runner today in qualifying, because normally he does a lot better than that. So I wonder if he suffered any dramas.
Dark at this track.
Really dark.
I'd be really surprised if there was no rain. There is so much. This is just about the dark I've seen it out of.
Yeah, absolutely. So
on things if everyone thought it was a dry race and it rained on the first day.
It would be great. So yeah, point out for Dowdek on the mediums. Predicts be enough. Cohen, Justin, Jamie, FedEx, Storm, and Oosterveer have all gone for mediums. But I know Storm was confident the mediums would run run a one-stop yesterday with a little bit of preservation. But Reese, Rain, Gwyneth, Ivan, and Snarf have gone for hards, and that really worked for drivers last night. So look out for those drivers on the hard tyres. If they can keep out of trouble on the first few laps, it could well really come to them at the end of the race.
Yeah, the hard tires, while they are obviously the slowest tire, they are most definitely the best race tire. They last very long, and they once you get them into their window, really not that bad of a tire. It's just a problem of getting them into the window.
Yes. So it's your warm-up lap, it's your out lap, which won't be a problem for our starters, but and any safety cars. The hard tires are really, really difficult. Jamie's saying there is some rain, so a little bit of disagreement among our drivers there as to what the prediction is.
Lights are on.
It's lights out. It's go, go, go at Celeritas. We've got a good start from Prime, but it looks like Waitsy has got alongside him at the start here. Dawadak away on the line defending from the McLaren. Waitsy takes the lead through the corner, but will Prime get the run through to resume the lead in turn 2? He will get the inside line. That should favour him. Waitsy, yeah, ducks in. So it's looks like, did Dawadek get up to third? Looks like he probably did. Yeah. So we have Haas from Alfa Romeo, from AlphaTauri, from Alfa Romeo, followed by a McLaren. So too many Alphas to really talk about. And then you've got, I think, another Haas behind there as well. So did you catch anything towards the foot of the grid, Branch?
Right now, Reese Rain is behind the field now a little bit. That's the only incident I've seen so far. Everyone is still incredibly close to each other. As we see FedEx trying to make a move on Cohen, but just in this first lap, a little bit more cautious.
These drivers very, very close to each other at the front of the grid as well. Prime getting away, as we've seen many times before, but Dawadek tyres up to temperature and on the attack already. So looking for a good hot first lap. This is actually, is this Dawadek on mediums? Yeah, that's right. So Dawadek in third. Looks like he's got the Alfa Romeo of Lightning coming up to try an action and overtake. Hasn't managed to get through, but that was Dawadek, all of Dawadek's progress on the back of Waitsy, completely gone through the start-finish straight. I wonder if that's down to traction out of the last corner or top speed on setup.
I would assume it's probably a bad exit. It's more suited for the track than it's straight.
Okay.
Not seeing too much movement right now.
No, a cautious start is probably good from this division. Probably will have high quality drivers who are going to be attacking this with patience. Looks like Storm maybe dropped a place or two. Mercedes got away from the line really well with Oosterveer in 14th, Snarf in 17th. Obviously we called them out for starting at the foot of the grid. Prime already in the 118s Branch on lap 2. So that's pretty good. A Lightning having a look into turn 1 on Dawadek. Probably just more of a show in the mirrors than a genuine attempt at an overtake.
We're not seeing too much aggressiveness right now. Later.
Yeah, absolutely. There does need to be some tyre preservation. So these Division 1 drivers will probably know that taking it easy on the tyres in the first few laps is going to pay dividends in terms of your strategy later on. Will is in 9th right now, so has dropped a few places at the start. Let's go back to our tyre view, see if there's any sort of consensus. It does, yeah, definitely look like the soft runners have held station at the start. Very little in the way of changes. Yeah.
We will see what kind of traffic they come into.
So that's going to be kind of lap 5 or 6, Branch?
Yep, just around there. Especially with, oh, I just saw Will spin! You're into the back, and he's out of the race!
Will gone from our race already. As Dawadek is trying to take Waitsy here into turn 1. He's got the inside line, locks up. Will Waitsy get the cutback? This camera angle is not cool. Yeah, Dawadek gets it. It's now Alfa Romeos together on the grid, but Lightning made a small mistake through turn 2 and will be defending from one blood up the hill. But good overtake from Dawadek.
Storm is now in 19th place.
Interesting. I wonder if he had any dramas recovering from the Will incident there.
Will, he going into the last corner, he just took he wasn't really watching discreet that much. He ran into the back of him, spit, and then got hit in the back into a barrier and then took his tire off.
Oh man,
Just
okay.
dropping to the back of the pit has seemingly spun in the hairpin, so he is now onto the back of the grid.
Interesting. Well, I'm sure that his fans would love to hear from him if we can see if Will fancies a chat. Waitsy pitting already from lap 5. That's early, and it shows how much he was using those tyres. We'll look to see what tyres Waitsy puts on, but at this stage, you need to maximise your options by putting on hards, surely.
Yeah,
Waitsy down at 13th, 14th, 15th. Wow, mediums he's gone for. Yeah, unless he's expecting rain, he's looking at the sky, but mediums track position, he's down to 18th.
Yeah, that is just an unfortunate pit.
Dawidek is closing on Prime. He's got more pace than Prime at this point in the race.
You just got the fastest happens. Yeah, Prime's tires are really falling off, and now he's gonna have to pit pretty soon.
Yeah,
that's gonna give Dawidek a chance to get some clean air. Whereas Prime could end up in some traffic, and that could push him far back in this race. That happens.
Absolutely. Okay, so yeah, Dawidek looking good at this stage of the race. Our first penalty goes to Ivan, so it will not be the last penalty tonight. I don't imagine. It's a difficult track.
This track is just so hard to deal with in terms of track limits.
So the gap at the lead is down to 1.2 on lap 6. Prime from Dawidek. Just joining Lankabas, who is catching One Blood, but not close enough at this point. FedEx runner, it looks like, is making some progress. He's caught up to the back of P11, currently held by Cohen. So he's very, very close, probably our closest battle on track at the moment.
Yeah, just got 4 cars around here. We tend to see this a lot in Division 1 races, I feel like. Just a lot of people getting stuck together on track. Yeah.
Storm's made up a few places. I know that we've seen a few accidents, but he's not at the foot of the grid anymore. So got by Ivan and Reese Rain.
He's not too far back from that pack that's just in front of him there, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him get a few more places in a little bit.
Yeah, FedEx runner's looking really strong at the moment here, but he's going to have to get through some of these traffic runners ahead of him, which is going to cost his race pace. The gap between 12th and 7th is just it's like a train at the moment. This is I don't know if everyone's stuck behind Wong.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. I think someone just went into the pits. I didn't see it was Discreet. They just dove into the pits there.
Yeah, Discreet, formerly known as Please Trade. Big lockup as he enters the pits there, so he is tumbling down the order as we've seen before. But
Dawidek just made a move into first place.
He did. What? How did this happen? He really caught him.
Into turn 2.
I thought we could ignore those two for a few minutes, but yeah, that's shocking turn of pace from Dawidek. It must be Prime's tyres going off. No shade.
Tires degrade so quickly. It has nothing to do with talent. Everything to do with the fact that it's hungry.
Yeah.
And you can't do anything about the tire.
Will would love to get on the stream for a minute. I think Branch. He's here and ready, and I'm sure his Barmy Army would love to hear from him too. Obviously, we're going to see how long Prime Lightning, One Blood, Lankavas, and David can last on these softs. But Dawidek is your leader at the moment, and he's already opened up over 1.5 seconds of a gap. Is that the signal Prime needed to go into the pits? It is not. Prime stays out. So
that is, yeah, I don't know if I agree with that decision. I would have pitted 2 laps ago, honestly, before he even got passed by Dawidek.
On 7-lap-old mediums, Dawidek's just set a 17.1, which I know some of our drivers didn't achieve in qualifying.
Yeah, that's pretty unbelievable to see him going that fast right now. He definitely has the pace. Him starting qualifying was just absolutely a fantastic move by him. He put himself in third place as Prime just cut a corner, and now he has a time penalty.
Interesting. Prime usually manages to drive with some degree of a margin and managed to catch there a penalty, as you say. Will, I think you've just joined us. Hello to Will.
Hello, Webbo, mate. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah, I hope the rest of the stream can hear you. I only find out when they tell me you can't. But nice to talk to you. It's a shame it's so early. What happened tonight?
Oh, Webbo. What do I say? Honestly, and you can actually blame it. There's that geezer in front of me. There's whoever the twat is in the P9 has a shit internet, and I was glitching all over the place. And then he glitched out in front of me, and then went to the back of him, and dropped it in the wall.
Well, keep the language PG for us.
Sorry.
On live on stream, we don't want to incur any issues, but no problem.
Yeah, sorry about that.
So yeah, some fade out and some ghosting and issues with connection. That's what you're calling it tonight.
Honestly, what can I say? I'm fuming. I'm ashamed as well. The Pricey's not here. I only really come for the battle with Pricey.
Yeah.
Where is he?
Is it the battle with who crashes out, or?
I mean, he's got a big mouth, hasn't he, Webber? He's got a massive mouth. Such a bang average driver. For a man that plays on a controller as well, he's pretty average.
I mean, I desperately hope he's not listening to this, but we will see.
I think he's watching Chelsea. But
how did you feel about qualifying tonight? Well, how was the pace and the track conditions?
Yeah, well, I'm supposed to be serving a quali ban, Webbo, but the Barmy Army and we decided that we'll serve it next week instead. We think it'll be better.
I didn't think it was an option, but...
Hey, the Barmy Army we do what we want, Webbo. We do what we want.
Okay.
So I'm feeling pretty confident with my pace at the moment. I'm feeling good. I had to take a 3-week sabbatical because I had to take 3 weeks sabbatical for many reasons, but I don't really want to go into them now if that's alright. Is that alright?
Oh, I didn't even ask, so yeah, I mean...
Yeah, alright, great stuff. Great, I just want to talk about it then.
I mean, yeah, you don't want to talk about the thing you brought up, but that's absolutely your prerogative. The stream has been a quieter place without you, that's for sure. We welcome all of your mates. In fact, I think Thod's here tonight as well. Thod's decided to tune in, even though he's taking his own form of sabbatical. I hope you're here to stay, and the entertainment continues. Will. Better luck next time is all I can really give you at this point.
Cheers, Evo. Thank you, mate. Thank you, mate. Just let's shout out the Barmy Army just before I go.
Go ahead.
Shout out to the Barmy Army.
Excellent. That was very literal. So thanks for that.
Great stuff. See you later.
Good to talk to you. Thanks,
bye,
Will.
Branch. Great to speak to you. Yeah. See you in a bit. Bye bye. Laters. Bye bye.
Well, there you go. There was Will. I hope everyone is happier now that we've checked in with Will. I don't know about you, Branch.
During that interview, actually,
go ahead.
Longfee made a pass on Jamie in the hairpin.
Ooh, nice. Okay, and Jamie is struggling around at the moment. I can see what's happening here, driving very slowly as other drivers pit ahead of him. Yeah. So Dawadek is our leader from Longfee.
On the virtual safety car.
Ah, there you go. Yes. The absolute nightmare worst time for a virtual safety car announcement for Jamie when he just passed the pit lane. But this is going to help all of our soft runners, and they've all come out on hards, it looks like. Very few opting for the mediums, even though we're at lap 11.
Yeah, this should play into Prime's hands a little bit more now. He's still going to have to go pretty long way on those hard tires, but I think it will help him a little bit more. And
VSC is over, so we're back to racing speed. We've got Prime in P8, so he's going to be coming out in some traffic. Let's have a look and see about a little bit of Prime's racecraft. He's behind drivers who have only on their starting tyres, apart from Waitsy, who pitted very early for those mediums. I think Waitsy is committed on a 2-stop. Unless there is, a change to the weather conditions. There's looked to be maybe brightening up a little bit on the sky.
It does seem like it brightened up. I think we were just trying to play with our minds a little bit.
So Prime locks up those cold, hard tyres into turn 1. He's got Reese Rain ahead of him, that wasn't turn 1. forgive me, that was turn 12. As he now comes round turn 14, and he will open that DRS on Reese Rain. Have a long arcing shot here, see if he's got the top speed, but traditionally it's difficult to set up the car for a fast qualifying pace with high downforce, only to then leave yourself with not enough top speed down the main straight for the race, Branch.
Yeah, it's a compromise you're going to have to be willing to make as long as he gets a penalty in P2. But he's trying to make a pass on Reese Rain here in a quick left-hander. I don't know if he's going to, but he makes it work anyways, my goodness.
Round the outside of 4, over the crest of the hill. Tremendous pass.
Dangerous play. The pass.
Yeah, but I do think that he's got better grip in the corners and less top speed. I think he's going to have to make these unusual overtake positions. If someone ahead of him doesn't make a mistake out of 14, he's going to have to find new ways to overtake. Looks like a mistake from Ivan ahead as well, coming out of 4 as they enter the chicane. I thought he might have a go into the chicane there, but no look through there. Ivan close to the back of Oosterveer, so there will be a double DRS. But Ivan very slow out of the penultimate corner, absolutely hampering Prime's ability to get traction. Sweeps to the inside. Prime's going to have to go around the outside. He doesn't. He's going to go Rubens Barrichello with Schumacher against the pit wall, and nobody died. Yeah, against both of them, because I think Ivan made contact with Oosterveer and they both went to the outside of the corner. Prime laughing, I'm sure, in the helmet, just enjoying that one no end.
I forget who said it in Monza, but he's not too clever, this guy. I'm pretty sure that was Prime one. Prime said just now.
Round the outside goes Reese Rain on BMW Oosterveer, who turns himself round. He touched that curb that you told everybody not to touch. Oh, he almost slams into other people. Thank goodness he was ghosted, because he cut right across the track. Didn't wait. That was definitely an unsafe return to the track situation. Yeah, hopefully our stewards will be watching the stream back, because yeah, I'm not keen on seeing that. Lots of accidents occur from that kind of activity. Wow.
Yeah, Reese, I have not going on there, but he forced Oosterveer to be aggressive with his inside line, and he just got a little bit too far inside.
Yeah.
Great racing there, Reese.
We've got lots and lots of close action in the midfield. I'll keep an eye on the battle for the front. I think Waitsy has just got Snarf, who is then coming back past him. It's a switch back through one. Waitsy gets it slightly wrong. He holds on. He really had to hold on to that one, because that could so easily have resulted in him getting turned round. Stiff, staunch defence, but sadly Snarf gets back past. I think Waitsy got him down the start-finish straight, but that's a battle for the podium, and Jamie is in second place, having not pitted the same as Dowdek, but has got a penalty so far. We'll wait till all the pit stops shake out. Right, okay.
His car is driving around right now.
Yeah. The AI is not on particularly high speed. Oh, it looks like Prime has just got Waitsy. Yeah. We just caught that on the side of the helicopter cam from my perspective. So again, Prime making an unusual overtake work. Waitsy might be able to get Prime through down the main straight if he's got a better top speed setup.
At least from what we've seen so far, it's looked like Prime doesn't have necessarily super strong straight line speed, but it looks like he's far enough away from Waitsy to keep it.
He was catching Snarf there, so obviously not much of a delta between top speed with those two. The DRS working for Prime through there, but Waitsy's going to just watch patiently and see if Prime and Snarf get tangled up at all. Prime is looking pretty frantic, I have to say. Round the outside, is he going round turn 4? He is again. Wow. He can carry so much speed through 4 compared to everybody else that he can actually turn what is a blind, crested, difficult turn at the single file. He can turn it into an overtaking opportunity. He's that damn good.
That's an unbelievable place to overtake. I've never seen anyone. I just saw Dowdek in the lead has pit. So
Excellent stuff. So we'll see where Dowdek comes out, what tyres he opts for. Lock up from Prime, who is pushing like crazy. He may well have seen that Dowdek's in the pits, and it's now time to push.
Just exited his pit box. Jamie is coming around the final corner right now. We'll see if he's able to catch Dowdek. Dowdek just exiting the pits right now. It's going to be a race to the end. I think Jamie is not going to even...
No, Dowdek resumes in the lead. He's on hard tyres. He's pitted to the end. Tyres to the end. Advantage Dowdek at this point because we know how hard Prime has been pushing these tyres for 5 laps as he tries to catch back up.
Yeah, Prime is going to have to go 25 laps on those hards compared to the 20 laps that Dowdek is going to have to do so.
Yeah.
Prime's absolutely at a disadvantage, and he's going to need to catch Dowdek now if he wants to get the win here.
Absolutely. So Jamie touring around now. He's on 15 lap old mediums. I think he's our last to pit, apart from Reese Rain, who will run a bit further into the race because he started on the hards. Snarf and Ivan, yeah.
FedEx, we said he's a very strong racer. He's showing his racecraft right now, up in the 10th. Hopefully looking to get a few more positions.
Yeah.
He's been stuck behind Cohen for a very long time though. So,
yeah, well Cohen has had a lot of practice racing here last night. Knows the strategy that he prefers now. Yellow flag in sector 2. I haven't caught what that's from. Hopefully not.
Here, it looks like it's
okay. So possibly a mistake from Oosterveer. He won't like that because he's our editor for Division 1. So he might be able to have the ability to edit out any of his own mistakes. I think that's Lankabas making a pass on Discreet.
That's going to make a huge paddle up there. I'm pretty sure we just saw Justin in the McLaren get spun out because of that. I don't know if it's necessarily something he'll get a penalty for. It just kind of looks like it was a racing incident. He spun and got ran into.
Yeah, he was looking hot into turn 1 on Discreet's Haas. I was trying to keep an eye on FedEx, Cohen and David, who were running line astern again.
Oh, and One Blood is spun and the rest ran into the back and we get some damage.
VSC, yeah. So you say it was One Blood and Lankavas trying to recover after that incident has triggered enough of a contact to request the virtual safety car. So we are on lap 17. It's our second virtual safety car of the night.
Storm just got a 3-second penalty during the VSC.
Interesting. That won't be overspeed, will it? It's a harsher penalty for overspeed under virtual safety car.
Oh yeah, it's a drive-through, I believe.
Yeah. As Lankavas gets exactly that. I wonder if Lankavas is about to quit. If he's just driven like that. I think, is that Jamie in the pits? Who's going for a cheap pit stop under VSC?
Jamie.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Jamie on his way out. It is really good timing. He has put on hard tyres as well. So just look out for those old hard tyre runners of Ivan, Reese Rain, and their kind of speed we will see at the end of the race, because they will almost certainly pit for softs. As we go back to racing speed, Cohen looking very racy behind David here, shaping around in his mirrors, trying to action a change of position. Ahead of them, Lightning's looking quite tight with Ivan. We've lost BMW Oosterveer, sad to say, as I believe we've also lost quite a few of the Barmy Army, unfortunately.
When Will's not here, we Army just, we don't have anything to root for.
That's right. Definitely. I've been encouraging them to pick a new driver to have as an alternate, as Lightning gets great overspeed on Ivan and will get this job done before the braking zone. Just gets the car stopped nicely. Yeah, they're on very different age tyres. Ivan driving a defensive portion of the race, very much about tyre conservation, as Lightning gets himself into the podium, and Dowdek Branch is pulling away from Prime.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, he's obviously on newer tires. You expect Prime to be pretty quick on some hards which are you would expect to already be in their window 8 laps into their life, but
Yeah.
Dowdek is just so quick right now.
We did see Prime pushing very, very hard on those hard tyres, so we will have taken a big bite out of them, and will now need to be conserving. So does he tour around for a little while and try and attack later? He's going to need to get a lot closer in order to do that. Yeah. Dowdek, 1:17.8 fastest lap at this point. Let's have a look at the penalty situation. Ivan significantly more penalties than anybody else on track.
Not only is he 8 seconds back, but he does have a 3-second time penalty as well, while Dowdek does not.
Yeah.
He's got that advantage to him.
Interesting. So close racing here for 5th, 6th and 7th. Cohen looking at the back of David's Williams, and FedEx behind. FedEx taking a cautious, slow and steady approach to the race. I wouldn't say necessarily slow, but certainly cautious and steady, and it's paying dividends at the moment. He's got no penalties. He's making up places every few laps and bring himself up further and further into the points paying positions, and he's going to benefit from his championship battle from that kind of an approach.
This is absolutely going to help AlphaTauri's chances here. You know, obviously Dowdek is a very quick driver, but FedEx, I think he's won 2 races at this point. Maybe 1 or 2. But being able to recover some points like this in a race where it looked like he didn't even have a chance.
Dowdek lowers the bar again for fastest lap, but yeah, FedEx is also our Open Championship inaugural winner of our 10x5 lap mini championship we had as well. So he had to put in a lot of consistent performance to win that over that evening. So here comes Cohen. He is, and Prime has pointed out in the past that he credits FedEx runner for working really, really hard to improve his pace. I think Prime has been mentoring him a little bit.
Into the points now, makes a move on Discreet down into turn 1.
Yeah, good driving from him at this point.
Oh, Blood's out.
Yeah, we lose one blood. Interesting. I wonder what happened.
It looks like it might have been in turn, or actually no, it looked like he retired in the pits actually.
Well, that's good. That's what we want when people retire, but something triggered the yellow flag in Sector 3. Usually those two things go hand in hand. Ivan's still on 20-lap-old hard tyres, but he is going to try and get these, I think, through to lap 28, that kind of time. It's just a question of how slow his race pace, and I say that and he goes straight in the pits. So maybe time for medium tyres for Ivan, and he won't be able to go super aggressive at the end. FedEx runner looking good down the main straight here. Will he get close enough into turn 1? No. Shapes to the outside for maximum traction out of turn 1, while Cohen ahead is looking to get on David. He's going to go down the inside. He's going to leave his braking slightly later. I think there was contact because there was a wave of the driver's arm. Small adjustment on the steering wheel, but job done, and all drivers still running, so I don't think anything too major occurred there. Another place for FedEx runner, now up to P5 because of other pit stops. Sorry, Branch.
That was a really just great move into that turn. You don't generally see people get enough speed on other people to make a move there, but he beat him really almost all in braking. His front wheel was in line with Cohen's back wheel, and by the time we were through the braking zone, he was already in front of him. Absolutely.
So FedEx gapping Cohen a little bit and closing in on David's Williams. Not much in the way of tyre difference, sort of tyre usage for these two drivers. So this looks to be inherent speed in FedEx runner tonight. Looking for good traction out of the final turn again. Couldn't get close enough to Cohen down the main straight, but he obviously got great traction out of 1 to get him into turn 2, and he might be going for a similar move this time. Gets very, very close through the apex.
He doesn't have DRS. Looks like he's going to get done again.
Oh,
Going
David
outside
defends to the inside, so makes him go the long way. Drives him to the outside of the track. Yeah, it really was very, very good defensive driving and compliant, cautious attacking from FedEx 2. So these two drivers showing each other a fair degree of respect. Another penalty for Jamie appears on screen, it seems, at the same time. But yeah, I think one for the highlight reel in terms of defensive and attacking quality driving there. There was a racing point off the side of the track just as we drove past it there.
Quineth is definitely struggling right now.
I think Quineth was maybe just getting out of everybody's way, but he was right off the track. So here comes FedEx runner again. He's your closest battle at this point in the race. Gets a really tight line through 14, and he will get a great slipstream out of here. It's going down the inside of 1. Looks like it's going to be job done. Of course, David will get DRS on the way out. No, he won't, of course, because there's only 1 detection in Hungary. So yeah, if you get the job done in turn 1, you do get the chance to use it to pull away down that mini straight. And FedEx up to 4th. So your current order on lap 24 as we get a yellow flag in sector 3 is Dawidek. 15 seconds branch from Prime. Followed by Lightning, FedEx and David.
16.
Wow.
Unbelievable the gap he's pulling right now.
This really is something else from Dawidek. He was saying in the chat, I don't know if this was just a little bit of gamesmanship or bluffing, but he was saying this isn't a track he likes particularly much. And Prime did say, I think last week, that he doesn't have any bad tracks. So, so he talked up his chances for this week, and Dawidek was talking down his own chances, but so far this is looking amazing for Dawidek.
Yeah, I tend to not believe people when they say that they have a bad track, because most of the time whenever people like Diddle or Dawidek or Prime say they have a bad track, they're generally lying. So I don't ever believe people when they say that.
Excellent. Jamie is on the attack. He's caught up to the back of Cohen, and he's on those much fresher hards, so he's looking like he wants to do what FedEx did a few laps ago and get through here. We've got another yellow in sector 2. I don't know if that's lapped drivers getting out of the way perhaps at this stage.
I think it might be. Dawidek he's 24 seconds now. Oh, Prime. Oh, Lightning and Prime respond. They wrecked into each other. I don't know what happened, but they're both in the wall.
I didn't even realize they were that close to each other.
I didn't know
Prime.
either, but FedEx is up into 3rd now.
Yeah, and Lightning gets a penalty. This could be quite significant for FedEx, FedEx gets the podium on track. Has Lightning got damage and is touring around now?
I think he definitely has damage. He's missing at least his right end plate and a lot, almost the entirety of his right wing right now. Prime.
Well, yeah, apologies that we missed that on the stream, but I didn't realise those two drivers had got so close to each other. Maybe there was an early mistake from Prime.
Yeah, I really don't know what happened there. He's missing his left end plate. It was through the hairpin that we've talked about. It's just, you really got to be careful there. I don't know if both of them spun. I don't know if one of them ran into the other one. It was a very odd scene to come onto, but both of them are going to have to go into the pits now and essentially have a recovery drive.
Definitely. Look,
half a minute. FedEx.
And it's looking great for AlphaTauri as well.
1-2. I don't know how many
yeah.
1-2 we've seen in Division 1, but I don't know if we've seen an AlphaTauri 1-2 yet. So,
but medium tyres for Prime. He wants to push exceptionally hard, and of course, up ahead of him, coming out of the pits, is the guy he was just battling with, is Lightning. So this is always one of those really tricky situations where two drivers with damage pit and then have to navigate through the race with each other again almost immediately. We'll keep an eye on those two. I'm sure they'll be keeping a close eye on each other as well. but it's a bit tight at the top as well again, near the top of the grid, near the podium positions. David is in 3rd place, struggling around on fading tyres while he's been defending no end as Jamie in P5 currently with 6 seconds of penalties and 3/10 behind Cohen. He'll have to get... that was a late lunge and was never going to work, so thankfully Cohen had already got himself through the corner.
This is a tight battle right now. We've seen these guys pretty much on track next to each other the entire time. Is Wongfi who put on soft. Cohen went for a really interesting move there. You don't normally see people make moves there.
But Jamie's going to try and get him down the inside of 4 as Cohen goes completely off track on the exit of 4, on the exit of 3, but nothing working on the way through there. It looks like Cohen back to action. While we were watching this, Wongfi got fastest lap at this point.
Yeah,
so
he put on some soft tires earlier to try and see if he could, I assume, grab fastest lap as he just did and try and catch the guys in front of him. I don't know if he put them on too early though.
It is early.
Those soft tires really don't last as long as people think they do.
No.
So we'll see what he's able to do.
I dare say he'll get to the end without punctures, but he will be... Oh dear, Jamie turns it round, knocks off his front wing on the entrance to the pit lane on the exit of turn 13, and unfortunately that means a pit for wing damage, and Jamie will not have an incident-free race again, sadly for him. Just that consistency that's lacking. I really thought he was on for a strong result tonight.
Yeah, that's going to leave Cohen and David to do the battling themselves for that final podium place. This will be a great battle to watch at the end here.
It's getting really close with these two. Cohen, I think, is losing patience. He's shown a lot of patience so far, but he's really looking a lot more aggressive in the mirrors of David at this point. Cohen does have a penalty and needs to get far enough ahead of David, to stay on the podium.
Yeah, he really needs to make the pass as soon as possible, but they're coming up on other traffic as well. I don't know if this is probably lap cars, I think.
But if you want to drive a defensive race here in Hungary, it is quite possible to just use the middle of the track.
Yeah, that is one of the better defensive tactics. We saw Lando Norris do it in Portugal, or no, Imola.
Yeah. Look at these guys, super close as they go through the ghosted lapped runner of Reese Rain, I think. So Reese Rain getting lapped by P4 now. DRS open, Ferrari down the inside of the Williams into turn 1. Will this be the time that Cohen can get away now? Oh, this camera angle sucks. On the way out of 1, we just stand there watching a blank track for ages. It cuts way too early, so apologies for that. But yeah, Cohen managed to get the podium position on track. Now he needs to get a 3-second gap as Prime gets fastest lap on 16.6, but is obviously way down. He's out the points at the moment. I fancy he'll get himself into the points if he can get Lightning. But Lightning's got a 5-second gap to the car ahead, so I don't think there'll be many points for those two drivers tonight. Even running new tyres at blistering pace, that's going to be a big challenge. Dawidek has extended the lead to 33 seconds on lap 30. That's right, over a second a lap difference with only 2 virtual safety cars, which shouldn't really extend anybody's gap to anything. FedEx runner, his teammate is in second.
It would honestly... Oh, Lightning's out!
Lightning's gone!
I don't know what happened there.
No, Lightning goes from the race.
Out of the hairpin.
So pushing hard, I'm sure, promotes Prime to 10th place, but this is absolutely going to be Prime's worst finish by miles tonight. I wonder what Prime or Lightning will have to say in the Discord server after this.
Yeah.
I really would like to know on the chat if possible. It'd be great to speak to them, although of course we'll prefer our podium finishes. Yellow flag sector 2. I wonder if that's Lightning's impact. But yeah, just to finish that run through the top 10 is Cohen in 3rd, David 4th, again locked together. David just wanting to stay with Cohen within those 3 seconds. Then Snarf, Ivan, Wong Fei on his debut. Ivan's got lots of penalties though. Storm has made it up to 8th from very close to the back of the grid, but it does look like Snarf is going to be candidate for driver of the day here, because we know he started right at the back and is in P5.
Yeah, 14 positions made up is no small task.
No.
He's had a fantastic race.
I mean, you know, granted we've had 7 retirements again. These Division 1 drivers just can't finish races.
No, I mean it's a lot of them are just retiring early. There's a lot to these weeks for these drivers. Sometimes when the race doesn't go your way, it's just too much to handle.
Yeah,
They decide to push out. This is discreet, making a pass on Storm there.
Oh great, okay. Didn't see particularly close action, but yeah, the Haas promoted up to P8, and Storm will be Prime's next target, 3.4 seconds behind. So just looking at penalties at the moment, but tyre wise, FedEx and Cohen, David will be on a bit of a limp home kind of job to finish here. They're on very old hard tyres. Apologies to Dawidek that we haven't been spending a lot of time looking at him, but there's been battles all around the grid.
He did his best to make his race as boring as possible today, and that's not a bad thing at all. He's really just pulled ahead and never gave it up. Since lap 1, he's shown that he is absolutely the strongest driver on the track.
Yeah,
right
and
now.
no let up either. No race management, pacing himself. I don't think.
He's been
pretty frightening if he has been pacing himself. But yeah, I think he's just having fun out there. He's driving the wheels off the car. He's on hard tyres. He knows they'll get to the end comfortably, and he's just driving time trials now.
Yeah.
Maybe 95%, but he's certainly not taking it easy. Sorry, but yeah, Prime is catching quickly. So he'll be coming on the back of Storm, and the difference in tyres will be extreme. I think Jamie's just pitted for softs, and I think he's thrown in the towel for a race finish in the points, and he just wants the bragging rights of fastest lap again.
Yes. Oh, he's going into the pits again.
Oh, Prime just slipping out of traction on the way out of turn 4. Just losing progress slightly there.
I'm amazed that he was even able to get into the points position. I did not think he was going to have the room to catch up to these guys, but now he's got to make the passes.
Yeah, and we know his top speed isn't amazing, but it will be about getting traction out of the last corner for him, which should be much easier.
I've just received a message.
Yeah, I got a message too, and I hope it didn't come up on the stream. No, it's gone black. That's good.
It wouldn't.
Pretty dangerous. It was unreadable, shall we say, on live stream. It began. And again. Okay. Yeah.
It's not done.
No, he's not done at all. Maybe it's a good job that Lightning doesn't have a microphone at this point on the race. We will not be issuing a Celeritas microphone to Lightning, I don't think. So, yeah, not happy, to say the least. He's out of the race, as Prime got by Storm very easily with those tyres.
Trying to make a move on his teammate. We'll see if his teammate allows him to.
Yeah, interesting here, really. I mean, obviously Prime doesn't particularly need the points, but I'm sure he would rather tie up the championship as early as possible. But he doesn't strike me as the kind of guy who wants to annihilate his teammate. So interesting to see what they arrange together, whether they'll be in a chat or just assuming they know the correct order. But yeah, Prime just coming up here. I don't think this is going to be difficult for him. He looks like he's got a lot more speed, so even if Discreet wants to make it difficult, I think it's going to be
I don't know if he's going to be able to.
Easy done. I think he's actually, yeah, certainly not making it too hard. So Prime's just the only problem has got as the ghost of a lap car around him. I think that might be Jamie getting all up in his face because he's on the soft tyres and not wanting to get out of the driver's way, which I think is still a problem. I think in the rules we do ask lapped drivers to get out of the way of other drivers.
Yeah,
so that
Jamie is spinning.
Yeah.
The problem with the ghost cars is that they do create dirty air, even if it's a lap car. So
Yeah.
it creates problems nonetheless. So it's a better idea to get out of the way of.
Dawidek has managed to start his final lap now. He has just got a few corners to go. He's heading into the chicane. This pace has been astonishing.
FedEx is on the front stretch.
Yeah, absolutely. He is in a completely different class tonight. I think we need a new league position for Dawidek in Hungary at least. This track has really been everything for him. As Jamie does get that fastest lap, it looks like 15.8. I don't see anybody beating that at this point.
Oh,
maybe Waitsy. Yeah. But here comes
really
Dawidek through the final corner. It's the last time he needs to steer clear of that pit entry wall, and he sweeps across the track to take a masterful, dominant win in Hungary. Dawidek is your round 11 winner in Celeritas for AlphaTauri. Tremendous drive from him. I'll give him lots of screen time because it's going to take ages for his teammate to cross the line behind him. Waits he gets fastest lap that time round. So we'll see who gets it on the end at the end of the race. But at the moment, that's the order of things. It's taken this long and that many words to see FedEx into the final corner, but that doesn't mean it's been a bad drive from him. Great drive from FedEx in the AlphaTauri, and boom, there he goes to take second place. Cohen gets fourth because David gets third. Snarf from the back of the grid picks up P5, so a great drive from Snarf. Wong is promoted to 6th as Prime is promoted to 7th because of Ivan's penalties. Discreet gets 9th place. Looks like Jamie's doing those ridiculous donuts for finishing 12th again at the end of the race. And I don't think he actually got the fastest lap at the end of it all.
No, he did not.
No, so donuts for second fastest lap and 12th place finish. Hey, there he is again. And Reese Rain rounds out our classified finishers tonight. I think what I got from Lightning was that Prime actually made a mistake, and then Lightning ran over debris from Prime's accident and took him out. So I think that's what happened. But there you have, FedEx Runner actually gets driver of the day for his finish on the podium. So congratulations to FedEx Runner for that. And it's the podium ceremony for Dawidek and for, oh dear, yeah, maybe change that, Dawidek. Not the best dance. But for AlphaTauri, a 1-2, great finish for these guys. And it's champagne! And David gets the last podium position there. I'm getting intermittent messages that are just cluttering up the stream from Lightning. Lightning's got lots to say, but that's the end of the race. So we'd love to hear from our podium runners, possibly Prime if possible, I guess, as the championship leader. But Branch, maybe take us through the finishing order if you will.
All right. Well, we have Dawidek absolutely dominating today in first place, followed by his teammate in second place, starting from 15th on the grid, finishing second. David finishing third, followed by Cohen, Snarf, starting from 19th, finishing 5th, and then Wong Fei in his debut, finishing 6th. Prime on pole, falls back to 7th after a mistake. Ivan in 8th, Discreet in 9th, and Storm rounds out the top 10. And then as we go a little bit farther down, we see Waitsy in 11th, Jamie in 12th, and Reese in 13th, finishing out the finishers. And then we have Lightning, Sir Quineth, Justin, Oneblood, Lankovas, Oosterveer, and Will as our DNFs.
Yeah, fantastic. So if at all possible, I'm sure Dawidek would be happy to chat with us, and FedEx Runner. I think we've talked with David before, so hopefully we might be able to get the whole podium, and if at all possible, a chat with Prime as our championship leader and see what on earth went wrong tonight for him. Because sadly we only saw the very aftermath, and we're only getting one side of the story with Lightning at the moment. So
David.
Fantastic drive there from Dawadek. We'll see if we can get him. Stay tuned if you're on the chat. We're hoping to get to speak to our podium runners. I will try and keep you ahead of information that I'm hearing on Discord where they don't include the F word. But I think we welcome our winner to the press conference, Dawadek. That was astonishing tonight. Are you with us, Dawadek?
Yo!
Wow, what were you saying to yourself through that race?
Just don't fucking bottle it again.
Language, Dawadek.
I'm sorry, but a lot of excitement getting my first win here, so you know how it is.
That was something else. That was the pace you had tonight. It looked like you were just having fun out there at the end.
Yeah, I was tempted to try going the softs because I had like a 30-second gap.
Yeah.
But I knew if I was going to go in the softs, I was going to crash. So I did not want to make a meme out of myself. So yeah, I just decided to take the win.
Yeah. Be happy with the win, and a win by as many seconds as there are laps in the race.
To be honest, I'm more happy with my teammates' performance. Like, what was he, P16 to P2?
15 to 2, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So
P1
it was
and P5
amazing.
Tauri.
Yeah, well, hopefully we'll get him on the chat in a minute. But let's talk about your race, or your procession, should we say. Where did all that pace come from tonight?
Tuesday, I think.
Yeah.
I had a race there, and I just knew that the soft to hards was not the strategy to go for, since every alternative strategy person pretty much overtook me in the race. Mm-hmm. So coming into today, I knew I had to start in the mediums. So I practiced a lot qualifying for the mediums so I could get in like the top 5, which I did. And then once I seen that everyone else pretty much starting in the softs, I was really confident because I know how quick they die.
Yeah.
So
yeah. That was a tremendous race, and I mean, your pace even in qualifying was on another planet because you got, what was it, P4 on the mediums? Yeah. I mean, just amazing pace. So practice paying off, and I fancy also. There was the small factor of no safety car tonight to blight your progress.
Honestly, 2 times I've had the podium, no safety cars. Coincidence? I don't think so.
It's Bernd Mailander. It's digital Bernd Mailander, and you and he just need to have a sit down, I think, and hash your problems out. Amazing stuff. I mean, really, really good. You would have had some Tuesday night Hungary practice had you stuck with us through Formula C, of course.
Mm-hmm. Would have been good either way, but yeah.
But you didn't need it, I don't think, tonight. You've obviously got everything nailed down.
By the way, what happened to Prime and Lightning? Because I've seen that
I can't really repeat a lot of what Lightning has said at this point, but I think that Prime lost it on his own, and then Lightning ran over his debris.
Damn.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did
shocking.
Prime spin twice? Yeah.
I don't know. I only saw one, and then he was on a bit of pretty hard fight on the way back through the grid.
It's because one time he lost like 7 seconds to me in like a second, so I was like, I thought he spun. And then that thing with Lightning. But I'm not complaining about that thing with Lightning and Prime because that helped out FedEx, so yeah.
That's true. It is true. But FedEx ran a very patient race tonight. It was a very Prost-like race, I thought. He didn't ever look out of control or over-aggressive. He looked like he kind of knew the race was likely to come to him. But I say we'll try and talk to him in a minute. Sadly, it looks like Prime has gone for some fresh air. Maybe an ice dip followed by a sauna out there in Finland because he definitely needs to calm down. I think. I think he's not having a good evening.
Been there, done that many times.
But I really think you had the measure of him though tonight. You were pulling away from him through the second part. Yeah. I don't think he had an answer, and that must feel pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, Prime is like very fast, and I mean, so to be able to outpace him like on
Yep.
every stint felt pretty good. A good confidence booster for me. So yeah.
Absolutely. Well, Forza AlphaTauri tonight, and congratulations! Fantastic to watch. We'll keep you on if you want, and we'll try and speak to FedEx Runner, and you can have a chat with him after we've had some questions. But good, amazing
I
drive.
need to hop off now, but
Oh, okay.
yeah.
I'm sure you'll congratulate him later on.
Yeah, I will. Me and him will have
well
a
done,
chat, but
Dawidek,
yeah.
and
Alright,
good luck
thank you.
on more races to come.
Alright, cheers. Bye.
Cheers, dude.
Bye.
Thanks
See
a
ya.
lot. Sorry, Branch, I was getting overlapping messages. Did FedEx manage to join us?
Yes, he is here, I believe.
Yes, I'm here.
Hey, FedEx. Wow, an amazing driver of the day kind of performance.
Yeah, I mean, not much to say. Was pretty boring until the end. I mean, for some reason, like everyone ran like 611 wings, and I ran like 811. So on the straights, I had no chance.
Yeah.
Even though Cohen was always, his light was flashing. Like on every straight, his light was flashing. But I mean, there was no chance to get past. So I think on all the overtakes, I either were incidents or just when Cohen attacked David and he went wide, I just attacked.
Yeah.
So it's like no normal overtaking, and yeah, the end was definitely the worst.
Yeah, but you look like you were driving really patiently. I think Prime was on a similar kind of setup difference. His top speed didn't look great, but he was doing moves through the middle of the track that we haven't seen before. So obviously the added downforce seemed to really work for him. A conscious choice by you to give up a little bit of top speed?
Well, I mean, also if you have the top speed, I mean, you're not gonna go lower than 611 wings, so to actually gain on a straight, there's not a real benefit from that.
Yeah.
Because both, well, I mean, probably everyone just used all of their ERS on the main straight.
Yeah.
So either if you fall too far back, you can get back within DRS range, or if you once got past somehow, then you can straight away pull away. So, well, as soon as you're in clean air, if you have higher downforce, it makes a huge difference, like it did in the end.
Yeah, we saw you a couple of times making moves into turn 2 rather than turn 1. That looked like someone who really knew their way around the track and the DRS zones.
Mostly just switchbacks, because I knew many people would use their ERS on the first straight, and I would use a bit. Well, when Cohen's light was flashing, I had like 40 to 50%. So then I just use all into turn 2, and that worked out
Definitely.
pretty nicely.
Yeah. Any sort of key incidents from you? Did you catch the big thing that happened between Prime and
Yes,
Lightning?
Yes. Well, that was why I finished P2. I think. Well, I first saw the yellow flag, and then I looked on the minimap, saw it's a Haas and it's ahead of me. Then I saw the gap to Prime dropping, and I don't know. I thought was ghosting on.
Yes.
Because how did then Lightning crash, or what happened there? Maybe.
Well, he's saying he ran over the front wing of Prime. Maybe it was just enough to distract him, or maybe he sort of swerved to get round it as a natural reaction. But certainly the crash of Prime led to the retirement of Lightning for sure. Yeah.
And
so
where did Prime finish in the end?
I think Prime got P7, was it, Branch?
7? I think 7.
Yeah,
I think it was
that's
7.
not too bad.
It's not too bad now,
Because
but
for the last 5 races, Davidek and my goal is to win that constructors, because I'm pretty secure, I feel, in P2 in the drivers. And yeah, all we need to do is outscore
the Haas.
Prime, because who's in the other Haas?
Discreet.
Yes.
Well, mostly the second Haas. Not that
Yes.
they're bad, but mostly they don't finish in the top 10. So for Davidek and me, we just said all we need to do is outscore Prime.
Yes.
I mean, we did the best possible result, and first 1-2. So yeah,
No,
really
absolutely.
happy.
Oh, yeah, it was fantastic. It really was. What happened in qualifying tonight? As a side note, it looked like you were a lot lower than we were expecting.
Yeah, well, I also tried the mediums, because, you know, I came home from, well, I was back on my rig yesterday, and today I had a track and field event, so 3 minutes before the start, I came back home, so I didn't have any time to do laps. That's why, I don't know if you
Right.
saw, but I also did 3 laps on soft, slow ones. And then, I don't know, the mediums are so bad in quali.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just messed up, but
Oh, well,
yeah, in the end,
it worked out. You've got the race pace to make up for it. You've certainly, in a 50% race, you've got 36 laps to make up for a bad qualifying position, and you've shown how possible it is to go from 15th to 2nd. I think you're the first person that I've heard complain a driver of the day performance was boring, because that looked that looks really, really good and strong today. So
Monza was more interesting. When I went, I think also from, but I planned to start on the hards, but accidentally I selected the wrong strategy, which meant I start on mediums.
Yeah.
And then that, I mean, if I would have started on hards, I couldn't have pit for the hards again. So
True.
I was pretty lucky that I made that mistake.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well,
Also lucky that I could just make it to the race, because a few hours ago I didn't know if I would make it.
Indeed, you obviously managed to complete that track and field time very quickly. So, 2 good races for you today, perhaps.
Thank you.
Well, congratulations! A brilliant drive. I know a lot of your fellow drivers are sending their congratulations. So make sure you read all your messages, because yeah, a lot of people praising your efforts today. Brilliant stuff, and as I said to Dawidek, Forza AlphaTauri today, and congratulations to you both.
Yep, thanks, and thank you for doing comms again.
No worries. Thanks a lot, man.
Thanks, bye.
So brilliant stuff from FedEx there. Did we get David at all, or?
Oh, we do have David.
Yeah. Oh, sweet. Okay. Hi, David. Well, that looked pretty dramatic. It looked like you were looking in your mirrors a lot in that race.
Yeah, that's true. But I can explain. I started in P9 on the soft, so that's really one of the most horrible places to start in Hungary.
Right.
And I tried an undercut on all the other soft runners, which I gained like 3 places with that. But then the VSC came out, and all the medium runners could have a sort of free pit stop.
Mm-hmm.
So then I came into traffic, and I lost my advantage of the undercut.
Yes.
And basically from there on, Koen, or Cohen, but in Dutch it's Koen, he was right behind me for like 25 laps, I think, and it was just so hard to keep him and FedEx behind me. But in the end, I got the podium.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Koen did have a 3-second penalty, so I only had 1 warning, so I'm really proud of that.
It was really good. It was a really good, clean drive, especially like I say when you were defending a lot of the race. We saw some really good defensive moves and positioning on the track. But yeah, when Cohen got past you, did you think you'd be able to stay with him?
No, but I believe he had like 4 or 5 laps fresh tires, and my tires were like 75% at the last lap. And it was I think 8 laps till the checkered flag when he passed me. So I thought, he had so much overspeed, but I could stay within 1.5 or 2 seconds, and in the end I finished within 2 seconds, I believe. So.
It was a really, really good performance. You say P9 to P3. It's definitely the story tonight of some spectacular drives from lower down in the order. What do you credit that kind of number of places gained performance tonight? What do you think's the key factor in achieving that?
Just stay out of everything. I always approach my league races with that state, and I never go for dive bombs, and if people pass me, then they may pass me.
Yeah.
No, just stay out of trouble. Get no penalties. Don't spin. And some others did. So I
definitely. Yeah, the caution definitely paid off today. An interesting podium with 2 AlphaTauris and a Williams.
Yeah, sure.
It was very interesting on that front.
Yeah,
Did you
pace
have
of
any?
Beledek was really I don't know how he gained 43 seconds on the others, but that's insane.
It really was. Yeah, it's something else. I'm sure there'll be people queuing to try and watch his footage because his tire management, I don't think he was doing any form of preservation running to achieve that kind of drive. I think he was just having some fun out there tonight. But on to your race. Not the best result for Williams, with your teammate kind of messing about a little bit towards the end.
He was, I believe, 2 places behind me, so he was in a really good position, but I think he spun, so
yes,
that's unfortunate.
Yes, it was for sure. Did you catch any major incidents? Did you see anything of the Prime and Lightning situation that happened ahead?
No, I think I was 2 or 3 corners before, and I saw the yellow flag, and then I saw Prime into the wall, and I was like, finally I can finish higher than him.
Branch, people cannot keep the joy out of their voice when they talk about Prime in the wall.
Yeah, I'm sorry for that, but that's just how it is, eh?
Absolutely. No, I completely understand. Any sort of questions from you, Branch, for David?
No, I think it's really funny that we've somehow figured out a way to have another Haas that people find that people get very happy about when they see in the wall.
Yeah.
It's
We
true.
figured that out somehow, but
Traditions.
Not much. You had a pretty quiet race. Your defensive maneuvers, I must say, were fantastic. You were putting yourself in the middle of the track, really giving them no place to get around you. It was a great drive.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, really was.
And of course, GG's to the other podium drivers.
Definitely, yeah. Lots of positive comments, I think, in the chat tonight. We did have a few more finishes in our race tonight. It's been difficult to get a full grid finishing in Division 1 lately. But how are you feeling about the championship at the moment and the challenge of the next race to come?
Well, I don't know how many points, I think I'm 4th in the championship. I don't know.
I can check, but I won't have the latest
with Williams,
ones.
our goal is also to get the constructors, but the AlphaTauris are maybe too good for us.
And you probably need your regular teammate to be taking part as well. Yeah,
he gained a podium last week, so that was good.
True. Well, it's Abu Dhabi next week, so very, very different challenge. Will you have a lot of time to practice? Do you feel you need the practice around Abu Dhabi?
No, I work full time, so during the week I don't have a lot of time to practice, and I do 4 leagues in the week. So basically my practice is just 2 or 3 time trial laps 15 minutes before I get an invite, and that's just it. But
I work full time too, and so I commentate. That's my approach.
Well, you're doing great.
Thank you. That wasn't me pushing for compliments, by the way, but just an excuse as to why I'm not. A lot of people ask me why I'm not racing. It's because I'm woefully slow compared to everybody else. But yeah, I really don't have the time to practice and represent myself very well in a race. I'd rather watch people who really know what they're doing and produce drives like yours today. So. Congratulations, great result. Good to talk to you after the race as well, and good luck next time.
Yeah, thanks, and thanks for commentating, both.
Sure. You're very welcome.
See you next week.
Thanks, David. See you soon.
Bye.
Well, Branch, any points or standout moments for you tonight?
I mean, just seeing Prime and Lightning in the wall was that was wild. It was a good race. There was a pretty good amount of battling, more than I honestly expected to see. We saw some great drives. FedEx, obviously we talked to him before, but just the patience that he showed in that race was absolutely impeccable. He waited.
Apologies on the stream if, like me, Branch just dropped out for you. He's got pretty poor signal at the moment, so we will try and get Branch's thoughts at the end, if he can rejoin. I think Waitsy is looking to perhaps have a chat with us. I think now we're not really looking at anything. I'll just try and patch Waitsy in as our last interview, if I possibly can. We'll see. I think unfortunately we're going to have to wait even longer for Branch's thoughts. If he wants to type them out to me, I'll I'll read them out. Just one moment for me, Branch. We won't be able to hear you because I'm not on the game screen. Okay, it looks like you're back. Your controller died, did it? Which your mic was plugged into. Okay. Anyway, finish what you were saying. I think I've hopefully successfully invited Waitsy all by myself.
What was I talking about? Oh yeah. So I mean, yeah, FedEx. He waited for his opportunity to make passes that he needed to make. He wasn't aggressive. He wasn't overly aggressive. He wasn't overly impatient, and the race came to him.
It really did. It showed that a lot of patience really paid off tonight, and definitely I think a lesson for some of our less patient drivers to pay attention to. This race really came good. I think also, obviously, the Dawidek credited a lot of practice time as to his consistency and overall performance tonight. And I think a run of form that he'll be hoping can continue. I think really great to see Dawidek at the top of the order and avoiding any incidents tonight. So props to him and GG to all of our podium and most of our finishes as well seem to drive very patiently and pretty low on incidents and accidents, I thought, as well tonight.
I apologize, but I'm probably gonna have to.
Yeah, it looks like you're dipping in and out, and I can barely hear you. So yeah, unfortunately it doesn't look like we're going to hear from Branch any further. I'll hang on another minute or two to see if Waitsy does manage to join us.
I'm here, bro.
Oh, you're here. Excellent. I didn't see your notification pop up. Yeah, you did. How did you do that without a notification? Well, an interesting race from your seat. It looked like things were going well and then not so well.
Yeah, so it's been the story of my last 4 races, I think. I put myself in a great position. Obviously, quali P2, which surprised me, to be honest. I was happy anywhere, sort of 8th and above, but to get P2 was quite good. Got a great start. Was side by side with Prime, I think, through turns 1, 2, and 3, and then he managed to nip in front of me. And to be honest, I didn't have the pace on the softs. I don't know if it was set up or what, but it felt horrible. Just any time I put the power down, lighting the rears up. So I took an early pit stop, went onto the mediums, got through that stint, and then there was a VSC. So I thought, I'll jump in, get another set of mediums and go at the end. I think it was about 17 laps to go, something like that. And I put myself in a reasonably decent position. Obviously, I'd have had to have done a fair amount of overtaking, but I was pretty confident at the time that could have been done. I think I was only maybe 8-9 seconds off the podium when I came out. And again, turn 1 just lit the rears up a bit too much and ended up binning it into the inside wall, and that was my race done, unfortunately. Which was really
crying shame, really, absolute crying shame. I mean, at that point early in the race, when you decided to opt out of the soft tyres early, that was a committing onto a 2-stop and an aggressive run. But that was that was very much Plan B for you.
Yeah, there's some tracks I can run hards on, and this is. I can take them or I can leave them, but I thought tonight I'd be a bit more aggressive, change my strats up a little bit. And as far as I was looking at the time, it was working. Obviously, all the guys in front of me were on hards. I had about 5 guys immediately in the, only a couple of seconds up the road. So yeah, I think I put myself in another good position for the race. And again, just silly mistakes. Silly mistakes are costing me points in the championship. I think that's my 4th non-point finish in a row. I think I've DNF'd 2, and then I wasn't here last week. And then, this week, P11. So
yeah, fastest lap though, Waitsy, in the end. So we were really pleased that you managed to secure that at least.
I got something, I guess. You know, something for my efforts.
Definitely. I really hope that the bad luck takes a turn for the better into the next race. We've got Abu Dhabi next.
Me too.
A track you've spent very much time on, or do you tend to avoid it like most others?
I don't actually mind Abu Dhabi too much. I mean, I don't practice it per se, but you know, I'll probably do the same thing that I do every week. I might do one, maybe two practice sessions if I can squeeze them in, and just go from there. But Abu Dhabi, I've got a reasonably decent setup for there, and I feel comfortable on any of the tyres. So, you know, we'll wait and see. But no, GG to the guys that finished on the podium, and Davidek, my God, he was on another level.
He absolutely was. Yeah. That's definitely the take home. We're all going to hope that was either a flash in the pan for the sake of everybody else, or it's the turn of something new, so that Prime has a harder time of it. Because Davidek, it's great to see one of our server owners getting some success as well for all their hard work, because they do an awful lot of hard work behind the scenes keeping our server running. Props to them. They do give up a lot of hours in potential practice just doing doing admin on the league. So definitely good to see him up there. But all the same, I'm sure no one will want to see gaps like that again.
No, pretty much not. Yeah, we wanted a bit closer than that.
A little bit closer.
Next race, go a bit slower.
Yeah, ease off a little. Yeah, I'm hoping to see if Prime does secure the championship. I'm hoping he's going to qualify on hards and start on hards and things like that to make it a little bit more. Yeah.
Why not? Why not?
Well, hard lines again, Waitsy. Sorry to see that in the race, but you had pace and you certainly had the fastest lap to prove it. So hopefully better luck next time.
Fingers crossed, mate. Cheers, bud. Thanks for all the work you do, man.
Sure, man. Well, see you soon, and good to talk to you. Thanks for stopping by. Well, sadly we lost Branch from comms. I think the controller was not resurrectable, so he will go and stick that on charge, I'm sure, and be ready for the next one. I think there's some practice races, 5-lappers going on the stream, on the Discord at the moment. Tune in to Formula C on Tuesday. If you're a subscriber on the channel, share it with your friends and make sure they're subscribing so they don't miss the new live streams when they come out, 8 PM Tuesday for Formula C, our original and an own creation of racing. So tune in for that on Tuesday. Same time Friday for Division 2 and same time next week for Division 1, where we will be going to Abu Dhabi at the weekend. There is also opportunities to race with us, as you've seen, with new debut drivers. If you want to join the Discord, there's a link in the stream and on the chat to join in with us. See if you've got what it takes. I know I haven't, but see if you've got what it takes to compete in the Celeritas League. But that will be all for tonight from us. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for reading, watching, for joining in on the stream and making our channel what it is. We will catch everybody on the next race day. Good night.